this home study module, we are going to take you through the 4 phases that we have developed to teach a child how to calculate the circumference of a circle. This module was developed by Miriam Hendricks, who is in the process of completing her master's at the University of Osnabrück in Germany, and who is also training as a kinetic learning specialist. When you are trying to teach a child with autism, or in fact any child, an advanced topic such as calculating the circumference of a circle, it's very, very important to do it slowly and in several phases, and to not try and overwhelm the child with too much information in one go. And that is why we have split this topic into 4 different phases, which I'll explain in a minute. It's also important to know the child that you're working with well, so that you can judge when you have overwhelmed them with too much information, so you need to back off a little bit, when they still have brain power available to take in more information, and how long you need to spend on each of these phases. Don't try and rush it. If you need to spend 2 weeks playing different games and activities that are based around just phase 1, that's fine. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You want to be sure that the child is confident and comfortable with each phase before you move on to the next one. In phase 1, all that we do is simply introduce the child to the parts of a circle. This may be something you've already done with them. That doesn't matter. Give yourself and the child the time they need to refamiliarize themselves with this information. You are going to see us introducing the different parts of a circle in 2 different ways. The first is using a horse, and the second is in a swimming pool. These are just 2 of many different ways that you could use to introduce a child to the parts of a circle. Remember to tailor it to your child's interests. In phase 2, we've created a treasure hunt to introduce the concept of pi, and that pi is in fact a number, and the number is 3 and a little bit, or 3.14. Again, this treasure hunt can be very easily modified and tailored to your child's interests. So we, for example, did the treasure hunt for a staff member of ours, Josh, who felt that he wasn't as familiar with the concept of pi as he wanted to be. And he told us that his interests were animals and drinking wine. So that's what we tailored the treasure hunt towards. However, we did this exact same treasure hunt when we wanted to introduce Rowan to the concept of pi, and instead of using the animal characters, we used his favorite Cartoon Network characters, and we used a different motivator to wine to encourage him to want to complete the treasure hunt. The key is to make it intrinsically interesting for the child. In this 3rd phase, Miriam is showing Josh how pi was approximated for the first time. And the reason she's doing that is because Josh asked. He was interested. He wanted to know where pi came from and why pi is 3.14, etc. I would not necessarily use this exercise with Rowan. The reason for that is because Rowan finds maths very difficult. It's one of his toughest subjects, and I feel that this exercise would just confuse him. He's also only 13. I don't think I knew at age 13 how pi was originally approximated. I'm not sure I knew that until Miriam showed me. So with Rowan, it was enough for him to just understand that there is this number called pi, and that pi is 3.14 infinity, and that pi can be used in calculations involving circles. However, because Josh was interested and asked why, and we know that many people on the autism spectrum would do the same and would ask why as well, Miriam came up with this exercise. And in the 4th and final phase, we get to actually using pi to calculate the circumference of a circle. You'll see again that we have tailored this activity to one of Josh's big interests, which is horses. Josh loves horses, and so we actually use miniature ponies in the exercise to help him understand how we use pi to calculate the circumference of a circle. Please remember, we're only using horses for this exercise because that's Josh's interest. It's his passion. That's what he told us he loved and was motivated by. You need to tailor this activity, like all the others, to each child's specific interests. So with Rowan, we didn't use horses because he's not very motivated by them anymore. What Rowan loves is a road construction company called N-Line, and in particular, he loves and is passionate about their trucks. And so with Rowan, we used truck tires. So now, lean back, relax, and enjoy the following 4 videos. And at the end, read through the text and other information. There's lots of useful tips in there about how you can take these activities and tailor them to your child's interests.